making YouTube videos now. We ain't got to do it out here where it matters. First half, that run, solid. It's been a while since I went for a run, probably about a month. So, a lot of dopamine, a lot of endorphins circulating right now, you know, hitting those muscle groups and getting that breath work in like that. Decided to go right after sunset, take it easy on myself. Usually I do go hottest time of day, but since seeing this is my first go back at it, decided to wait till it's a little bit cooler out. Mind you, it's still like 100 degrees out here, but at least it's not sun's not blaring on me, so it's a lot easier. It's actually quite enjoyable. Difficulty scale, I'd give that like, that shit was enjoyable, so I say like a 2 out of 10. Wasn't hard at all. Stay running. It was actually, I had to convince myself to walk. Sometimes just the walk outdoors, no music, is more enjoyable than the run. You know, kind of don't hit a sprint necessarily, but if you hit like just a nice pace, a bit strenuous, not too like hard to where you're exhausting yourself, not too slow to where you're getting bored, but just enough to where it's challenging you, and push it a little bit in spurts, you know, hit a stronger stride at different parts of the run and then slow it down at some parts and then try staying that middle ground most of the time. If you do that for like 2 miles a day, dude, that's a perfect running routine. And do that for maybe 2-3 miles. The rest of it, just walk, no headphones, preferably in the morning or at sunset like this. So out here in Nevada, Las Vegas, got some of the best sunsets. Arizona as well. But yeah, it's just a good time to get outside and recalibrate, do some thinking, a little bit of exercise obviously, and just reconnect with nature. It's really beneficial, it's enjoyable, and it's good to have a little routine like that kind of regulates your day, you know. Oftentimes, if I find myself sitting around too much, I'll start snacking, start watching stupid shit on my phone, YouTube. You know, when you get bored, start doing stupid shit. So if you keep yourself busy with a, you know, bit of a routine every day, don't gotta be overkill with it. But I mean, why would you not want this a part of your day? So yeah, this is the halfway walk. Since I've been uploading my YouTube videos lately, thought I might as well get one in while I'm out here. I remember, so I've been shooting YouTube videos mostly in my car, at home, inside my apartment where I'm, you know, got some privacy. I remember like maybe a year ago when I was on these runs and I would try to make videos like this, but I literally just could not, because like the mental barrier of filming in public was just so strong at that time that it was really hard for me to, you know, do this, even though no one's paying attention, you know. And I kind of knew that back then, but still, it was just like, felt so unnatural. That's why I'm actually really grateful for filming so much at home, you know, probably recorded hundreds of videos at this point. I've only uploaded a couple to YouTube, but that practice and being so used to it in that setting has now made it easier to do in this setting. So whenever you want to do something, practice it in private 100 times and then give it a go in the more high pressure setting. When I started to work out at the gym, I remember like the first 6 months of when I started really getting serious about fitness, I was so insecure about working out and looking goofy, not knowing what I was doing, you know, being weak, whatever. I would only go to the gym like at 1 o'clock in the morning, you know, to avoid the crowd, to avoid all of that. And once I got really comfortable with the routine of working out and kind of understanding what machine does what, then I started going in more normal hours. And then from there, you know, just kept building up. And, you know, look where it's ended up. Fucking jacked now. And yeah, it's been a lot of good. Actually, there's this guy that works at the gym. I think he's a little bit younger, but he's pretty overweight. And I've been talking to him lately when I go to check in lately. And he's on that same journey. He only goes, well, he gets to work around, his shift is like 5:30 a.m. till, I don't know, 2 p.m. And he gets to the gym at 3 a.m. to work out, where he has some privacy, where he can, like, you know, do what he does and not feel like super, you know, surrounded by people who are more advanced than him. Same position that I was in. And I told him that, I'm like, hey man, you're on the right track. You're on the right path, because myself, I did the same exact thing when I started to work out. I didn't know what I was doing, and, you know, gave him some pointers on nutrition and shit. But just goes to show, if you want it, you'll figure out a way to make it happen. You know, a lot of people like to say, oh, well, I don't have time, or this or that. If you actually want that, you're gonna figure out time. You're gonna figure out the energy. You're gonna figure out whatever it takes. And that first step is always the hardest. Once you take that first step, you just keep that momentum going, and it gets easier and gets easier and gets easier. But yeah, a lot of times people have so many excuses why they can't get started, or they can't, you know, stay committed, which is all fair. You know, myself, I even had those excuses for quite a bit before I started going at 1 o'clock in the morning. And at a certain point, enough's enough. And when you want it bad enough, you're gonna figure out a way. You know, personally, me, I think it was, I started to take my working out more seriously because my girlfriend had broken up with me, and I moved into a friend's, was sleeping on his couch. And at that time, you know, being upset, being like, you know, in that space where you should channel that energy into something good. Like, I'm gonna show her, you know, I'm gonna get in real good shape, I'm gonna be the most jacked dude, and, you know, channel that into something. Let that be your, you know, let that be your motivation, your momentum to do what you say you're gonna do. You know, so I used to break up, and, you know, we all, you know, have little things that can energize us to achieve our goals. And, you know, I don't know what that kid from the gym is, what he might be dealing with in his life, maybe nothing, but, you know, you get to a point where, you know, you figure it out. And sometimes that, just that one kick in the butt can cause a domino effect, so much other good in your life. Because for me, it definitely created momentum and a domino effect that, you know, is still going to this day. And, you know, got really jacked, got really into self-development, started looking at, you know, how can I improve my mind, my spirit, my habits, my relationships, you know, started studying more, so just became more self-aware of life and what's possible instead of staying in that little bubble where I was at, and you know, just not growing. So anybody on that journey of self-development, just remember, just keep that momentum going. Sometimes you can lose the momentum, but not only does the body have muscle memory, the brain has muscle memory or thought memory. So if you done it once, you know, that, like I said, the first step is the hardest, but you always remember that first step and you can take another first step. So just keep that going, form good habits, take walks, go on runs, jogs, working out, read, write, journal, all that good stuff. You know, everyone knows it. I repeated it 1,000, million, billion times. Everyone talks about it, so I'm just here to push that message. Peace, guys.